Welcome. Good afternoon, everybody. Sir, sir, namaste.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Madam,
थोड़ा सा आवाज कर दो. योगिता, आज सुना आज
Yes, Deep. Good afternoon, everyone. Meenakshi, shall we begin? Alka ma'am has not joined yet.
she is join. Didi is joining. Just 1 minute.
Okay, Deep. Okay.
Okay. दीदी आ गई है.
Good afternoon.
दीदी नमस्ते. Yogita, you can start.
Okay, Deep. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Dr. Yogita Bedi, Assistant Professor in the Department of Economics, Vasanta College for Women, Rajghat. Welcomes you all in this 5 days national virtual workshop on human values, human excellence, and higher education, organized by Vasanta College for Women, Varanasi, in collaboration with Sri Sathya Sai University of Human Excellence, Karnataka. I welcome you all on behalf of the whole organizing committee of both the institutions. We always want the blessings of a God, and that is why, to begin the workshop, I would like to invite the students of Sri Sathya Sai University of Human Excellence for the chanting of Vedas. So, over to you, the students who are just going to do the chanting of Vedas.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om Jata Vedase Sunabha Vaso Maharati Yato Nidahati Vedaha Sanam Parshadati Durgani Vishwanave Vasindhum Duritat Yajnihi Tamagnivartan Tapasa Jalantim Vairothanim Karma Phaleshu Dushtaha Durgam Devi Gum Sharanamaham Prapadye Sudarasitarase Namaha Abhye Tvam Palayanabhyo Asman Swasti Virati Durgani Vishwaha Pusya Prithvi Bahulana Urvi Bhava Kokaya Tanaya Yasayo Vishwanino Durgaha Dhatave Nasindhunna Dhava Turidari Parshi Abhye Atrivan Manasa Pranalo Smaram Bodhya Gita Padunaham Pragaladitabunsamana Putra Bhagnitum Bhuveva Paramasarastata Saraparshadati Durga Nivishvakshamaddevo Adiduritarjagnihi Pratnoshikhamibhyo Advareshu Sanachahota Nabhyascha Satsi Swanchāne Dhanuvam Viprayasvasmabhyam Jaso Bhagamaya Jasma Gopirkhushta Mayugo Nishiktam Tavedra Vishnoransancarema Nagasya Prishnam Abhisamvasado Vaishnavim Lokahinamatrayatnam Kautyayanaya Vidmahe Kanyakumari Dhimahi Tanno Durgit Prachodayat Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Sai Ishwararpanamastu.
Thank you. Thanks to all the students. And I hope definitely with the blessings of God, our workshop will be definitely having a success. Now it's time to welcome all our participants and guests. And for this, I would like to invite our principal ma'am, Professor Alka Singh ma'am. She is a professor of English and she always guides us and motivates us for these type of activities. So over to you, Alka ma'am.
On behalf of and a privilege to welcome all the guests who have joined this platform, which has been jointly organized by Vasanta College for Women and, of course, the Sri Sathya Sai University for Human Excellence. Before I begin, on behalf of both these institutes, I extend a very, very warm welcome to all the participants and all the speakers who will be joining us during this tenure of 5 days. It gives me great pleasure to acknowledge that a university that is working in the direction of human excellence was gracious enough to allow us to do a program along with them. And so I would like to thank the administration for allowing us to be a part of a program that is the need of the day today. We all understand that in this world of materialism, as we are progressing, human values somewhere are getting marginalized. We need to bring them to the forefront. For any achievement, any kind of happiness is based on humanity. It stems from humanity. And we are all here to gear our students to understand the very value of the same. So I feel very privileged that on behalf of both these institutes, I have the privilege of welcoming everyone, and I feel greatly honored to welcome our main speaker, the Honorable Vice Chancellor of Sri Sathya Sai University for Human Excellence. Sir, I extend a very warm welcome on behalf of the college.
Sairam,
You have found time with us today, Professor Karnataka.
Sairam madam, Sairam to all of you.
Thank you so much, sir. That from such a busy schedule that you have found time to us to motivate and guide us all on the sojourn that we have undertaken. Along with you, all the other members from the University of Sri Sathya Sai. It had been a very ambitious dream of mine, which I had been talking to Dr. Meenakshi Biswal for quite some time, to collaborate with this university, having acknowledged the need in today's time. And I'm also very grateful to Meenakshi for letting this dream come true for me in the form of this small collaboration that we have made. But I think that this is just a humble beginning with much more activities to follow suit. I look for your advice, guidance, and joining us also in helping our students too. So, sir, welcome on behalf of the entire fraternity of the college and all those participants who have had the vision to join this forum. I congratulate you for joining it in looking into the very vision of this collaboration and the theme to follow. So thank you one and all. All good wishes for this project.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for the blessings and all the supports which you are giving us for different type of a program. Now, as we all know, this is a workshop on human values, human excellence, and higher education. So, for the concept note of the workshop, I would like to invite Professor Meenakshi Biswal, ma'am. Ma'am is a professor in the Department of Education and having research experience of more than 20 years. Meenakshi, ma'am, over to you.
Thank you, Yogita. Thank you for kind words. First of all, Swagatam, Bandhanam, Abhinandanam. My heartfelt prayers to Almighty for giving us strength and knowledge to organize such a nice workshop. All the credit goes to the backbone, the emotional support, the motivating and inspiring factor, our principal ma'am, Professor Alka Singh. She continuously motivates us to conduct such workshops, and we are really happy working under her leadership. And at the same time, I am grateful to the administration of Sri Sathya Sai University for Human Excellence, Karnataka. Our humble prostration to Sadguru Sri Madhusudan Sai and Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. Our humble salutations to Honorable VC Sir, Professor Srikant Murthy, and the staff and students of Sri Sathya Sai University for Human Excellence, the conveners, co-conveners, the participants, my regards to all. So this is a topic we have chosen for this workshop is really the need of the hour. That is human values, human excellence, and that is in higher education. As per Sri Aurobindo, we know that there are three types of human beings: animal, human being, and divine being. As our Shastra tells human by practicing the human values. Human values are the elixir of human life. This human birth is given to us not only eat, sleep, get some education, get some recognition, and die. It is for us to inculcate human values, to have the human excellence. That means we should be useful for our life and at the same time should be used for the society at large. Human excellence is a comprehensive term of academic excellence, physical excellence, spiritual excellence, at the same time, the social excellence. I know, as far as my knowledge is concerned, the Sri Sathya Sai University for Human Excellence is working in all the directions. They are working for academic excellence, they are working for social excellence, and they are working for spiritual excellence. So we are collaborating with them, thinking that the participants at large will get the benefit of not only theorizing human values, but putting human values in the life to attain the human excellence. In this 5 days workshop, we have kept a very important topics, and we have inviting a very eminent speakers, those who have lived human values from their childhood. They have not only theorizing it, they have practically lived it. So all the participants, we request that to attend this workshop attentively and sincerely, so that we can get some insight to move forward from animal man to human, and at the end becoming divine man. So expecting all the participants to be present and sincerely listen to these speakers and clear their doubts. So with these few words, I conclude my concept notes, expecting all the best for the seminars. All my convener and co-convener colleagues, Dr. Yogita Berry, Dr. Navin Bhatt, Dr. Ganesh Bhatt, Dr. Rajiv Jaswal. They are really working hard to make this workshop successful. Thank you once again to all of you. Thank you, Yogita.
Thank you. Thank you, Deep. Today we have amongst us the Vice Chancellor of Sri Sathya Sai University for Human Excellence, Professor Shrikant Murthy, sir. I welcome you, sir, on behalf of the whole organizing committee. I welcome you, sir, and I would like to invite you for the talk of today's session. But before inviting you, I would like to invite Dr. Naveen Bhatt, sir, for a brief introduction of the Vice Chancellor, sir. Dr. Naveen Bhatt, sir, is a head Department of Sanskrit and Vedic Studies at Sri Sathya Sai University of Human Excellence. Naveen, sir, over to you.
Thank you, madam. Good afternoon. Sairam to all. It's a great pleasure for me to introduce our Dr. Shrikanta Murthy, sir, Vice Chancellor, Sri Sathya Sai University for Human Excellence, Kalaburgi, Karnataka. He has 35 years of teaching experience and 15 years of research experience. He obtained his BE degree in Electrical and Electronics Engineering and MTech in Power Systems from University of Mysore. Later, he pursued his doctoral program in Computer Science from University of Mysore and international repute. He worked at various capacities in different colleges. Now, I request our Vice Chancellor.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Om Sri Sairam. I offer my humble salutations at the lotus feet of Sadguru Sri Madhusudan Sai, esteemed Principal Professor Alka Singh, Dr. Naveen Bhatt, Your Excellence. Very good afternoon to all of you and Sairam to all of you. At the outset, let me thank Professor Alka Singh and Professor Meenakshi for having joining hands with Sathya Sai University for Human Excellence to collaborate in the field of research, spiritual education, and also academics to uplift the heritage of our country. We are glad to work with BHU. And when Meenakshi Madam told me that, sir, we will collaborate for a workshop, we were very happy to say yes. And finally today, we have organized this wonderful workshop with the need of the hour, human excellence, especially human values at the higher education, which is now missing everywhere. Most of the things we covered only in the part of academics, but we forget about the human values. Let me share my slides and let me start with. Is it visible?
Yes, sir. It's visible, sir.
Yes, sir, it is visible.
It's visible? Okay, thank you. Sri Satyasai University for Human Excellence, actually the name indicates the working for human excellence, started in 2018 under the divine guidance of Sadguru Sri Madhusudan Sai. Our main vision is to produce human resources with brilliant heads, compassionate hearts, and competent hands. Then, with those things, they will serve back the society with great humanity. And my talk today focus on the way to excellence or human excellence. And of course, our punching line works on yoga karmasu kaushalam. So I'll start with this yoga only, how this yoga is affecting the way to achieve the human excellence. Of course, in this achieving of human excellence, we are not only providing the academics excellence, also striving for the research as well as spiritual excellence. The three combinations is much required for a human being in today's world. Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba says that if you strive for Atma Kalyana, Loka Kalyana will automatically happen. Atmano Mokshartam Jagatitaya. That is the one which we are looking for, that Atma Kalyana should also be there, Jagatitaya, Loka Kalyana also should be there. So in this way, the way to human excellence, it consists of 3 points of conduct here. One is head of Shankara, heart of Buddha, and hands of Janaka. Where Shankara represents the knowledge in all aspects, both worldly and spiritual. We are very much influenced by the teaching of Shankara. Of course, where Buddha stands for the welfare of the mankind, compassionate. And Janaka, a spiritual master, teaches selfless service to all. And look at the steps in yoga, the 3 steps, what we say. Yoga, we know, yujjati iti yogaha. Yujda, it is started from yujda to everybody might be knowing, because today yoga is now becoming the life of everyone. Yuj means join. Join means what? Merging with what? The true self. That's what the yoga says. So there are 3 steps that are described in Patanjali Yoga Sutra and Bhagavad Gita for achieving absolute perfection in our acts and achieving perfection in our inner selves. That is way to what we call as human excellence. Yoga karmasu kaushalam. That is, the perfection in action is yoga. So in that way only, we are looking at getting or achieving the absolute perfection in our acts. And these are the guiding principles which help a spiritual seeker to reach his highest destination. Ultimately, see, when Swami says a student joining an engineering college will become an engineer, a student joining a law college will become a lawyer, a student joining a medical college will become a doctor, whereas a student joining Satya Sai University for Human Excellence will become a divine, the highest destination. That is where the university is working for. So the main purpose of this threefold path is to think less of us and in turn think of the welfare of the others. So if you look at the first step as yoga karmasu kaushalam, that is a line which our emblem has. That means the perfection in action is yoga, right? That means karma is action, kaushalam, the efficiency, skill, you can say. Yogaha karmasu kaushalam means attaining the relative perfection through work. See, this is very important thing is a relative perfection, what we call. So that means kaushalam does not mean absolute perfection, but it means a relative perfection. Because as you take an example, if you tell a fish to climb a tree, it cannot. But its absolute perfection is in swim. It is a master in it. Whereas if you look at, it is foolish to say a fish to climb a tree and monkey to swim inside a water, because both are unique in their own way. Monkey is expert in climbing the tree, whereas fish is expert in swimming. So this is the relative perfection. We can't compare each other, but they're individual. So the relative perfection we achieve in our life, because sometimes absolute perfection is not possible or feasible, but although the relative perfection is conceivable. So an ant, if you look at like a worker ant, works tirelessly to transport particles in order to construct a home. And it does not stop until the job is completed to perfection. As a result, we strive for perfection as well. Here, one more small point we have to observe: ant carries whatever may be the load till the home. But if it cannot enter, it will drop there and come back, and again it will take another load, and with the same effort it will bring back, but it never think that I have to break it down and get it inside. But human being in that way has got a skill of thinking. He can think over, and finally he can look at the perfection at the final level. Similarly, a look at a musician. A musician cannot be expected to be a competent athlete. In the world of music, musician can do great things, but the same one cannot do in mathematics, or it cannot be doing playground. Similarly, a sports person may not be able to compete a musician, but he can create wonders on the field. So like this, it is our goal at our university to present students with courses that are of their interest and can lead them to excellence. So we are offering many courses, especially, for example, we offer BA in Vedic Studies. BPA, they can do the bachelor's degree in performing arts, dance, in Carnatic vocal, instrumental, and instrumental also flute, tabla, so on. And in Vedic Studies, nowhere the other universities concentrate on giving a degree on Vedic Studies. We are offering them. At the same time, we have co-curricular activities along with self-development activities to give a holistic development of a student in the university. And of course, we offer academic subjects. Together with that, we go for Paravidya education also. We teach Upanishad, we teach Vedas, along with other things. So student Bhagavad Gita will be taught, Sanskrit Sambhashan will be taught, so on and so forth. We have enormous courses to be offered. And as you know, we say, Jack of all, master of none. But Swami has said, Jack of all, master of one. He has to study everything and become at least master in one. That is how the perfection goes into picture. Student will learn everything, but in one, he will master it. That's how the education goes with the University of Human Excellence. The second part is Yoga Chitta Vrittihi Nirodha. See, mind is the reason for man's downfall, and the same mind is the reason for man's ascension, said by Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha. Chitta Vritti, the functions of mind, vary in nature, you know. So yoga makes it possible for mind to be steady. That is very important, because even in Patanjali Sutra, Ashtanga Yoga, Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dhyana, Dharana, Samadhi. Like that, it goes. So in that, Asana, Yogasana, what we call, sometime nowadays you might have seen in newspapers and other states, if they do some exercises, they call it as Yoga Patu. Yoga Patu, he cannot become Yoga Patu. He is in Yogasana Patu, that's all. His body is flexible. He can do any exercise of or postures of yoga. He is expert in Yogasana, not in yoga. Yoga is Ashtanga Yoga, right? And before asana, we have to follow certain rules and regulations to restrict ourselves, our conduct. Yama, niyama, asana. Then pranayama. Pranayama means we have to control our breath. Concentration develops there. And after that, pratyahara, dhyana, dharana, samadhi. Like that, 8 steps are there, like 8 semesters. Each semester is having its own syllabus, like that. So, Yoga Chittavritti is stilling of the mind's oscillation. Wherever in nature, that has to be controlled. The world provides number of opportunities to take part and develop their overall personality and purify their mind, body, and heart. To get this mind or the right direction, and also avoiding many distractions, we have social service activities undertaken regularly to keep students busy, thereby making sure that students do not get time to move astray. So the service activity, especially in terms of social, Grama Seva, even medical camps, so many things will be organized. Even during COVID time, our students are participating in distributing the COVID kits, the food required for the COVID sufferers, many things there. And during that period, probably the only one university, that is our Sadhguru, have utilized the complete lockdown period for the welfare of the human being. At the same time, students also. The students were involved in activities, also involved in Paravidya specialists, and Swami taught all the students the Kathopanishad and various other 10 Upanishads he has taught, Bhagavad Gita, and also they were asked to join the medical team to provide and help the sufferers, the villagers, by distributing the required food and all. So that is how the students are involved, and they never felt that COVID is there. They fearlessly worked for the welfare of the human. So in that way, university participated in many such things. And based on this, we developed a course called Integrated Rural Development Program. Then this is to encourage students to think over the Gramina Abhiruddhi, welfare of the village, involving them in critically analyzing the development of the Grama, the development of the village. They can go to the village, talk to the parents of the school children, talk to the teachers, talk to the headmistress and various village heads, and finding out what the problem is. Some villages doesn't have the water facility, drinking water facility, toilet facility, and so on and so forth. Or even they're far from digital education, like they never know the ATM card, these all digital payments, right? The students can definitely involve in educating the villagers in this direction, and also providing the medical facilities onto their home, and also giving awareness about taking the medicines. For example, deworming, especially women in the rural sector, they are suffering from anemic, the blood problems and all. So our volunteers, including the students of Sathya Sai University for Women Excellence, goes to the village, talk to them and educate them and getting this medical aid. And Swami, with his gracious and magnanimity, he has opened a hospital in Udayanahalli and also in several other like Chhattisgarh, Haryana, Bombay and all the hospitals which is serving and catering to the needs of the poorest, that too the children, pediatric, especially who born with congenital heart diseases, where they are not able to reach the medical facility. Swami has developed a hospital. There is a various abundant chances for the students to work with our medical team to serve the villages. So in this way, rural development can happen in a very big way. And as I told you, along with that, Paravidya has enabled students to ponder about higher thoughts rather than the materialistic world. That only causes them to look for the welfare and that too for the selfless service. When the mind is used effectively, it can produce incredible results. A testimony to this is Dr. APJ, who had a brilliant mind, but it was his attitude and cause he believed made the difference. Every children knows who is Abdul Kalam and what is his contribution. Being a scientist, that is different. But with children, he is a teacher. And he is an inspiration to all of the younger scientists. And whenever or wherever we put pure thought into action right away so that it does not get postponed, wherever excellent activity is done without selfishness, it is bound to succeed. Even I can remember Madan Mohan Malviya ji or Annie Besant ji in the olden days. All people who worked brought their ideas and their selfless service into the field. And because of that, today we remember, and we are the beneficiaries today because of the sacrifice of those people during those olden days. And the next is Samatvam Yogam Uchayate. Samatvam, equanimity, yoga Uchayate, said to be. So whenever a mind is in balanced state, he is said to be a yogi, said Bhagavan Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. The verse says that being equanimous without attaching to success and failure. Karmanyavadikaraste mafaleshu kadachana. We can achieve equanimity by following the previous two steps and accepting everything that comes our way. That is very, very much required. And in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says to offer everything in the name of the God. Don't get attached to the result and be selfless and work for the collective good. That's what Karmanyavadikaraste mafaleshu kadachana will offer everything to the God and definitely without getting attached to that result, what may come. But if you work on selfless, definitely the good will happen. Swami always says, if you pray sincerely, right, no prayer is unanswered. Swami definitely will bless us in that direction. The equanimity enables us to accept all the circumstances that life throws at us, and that too with sincerity, serenity. If you begin your actions by offering to the God and do our best in it, and at the end leaving everything to the God at the end. Even while taking food, we say Brahmarpanam, Brahmahavihi, Brahmagno, Brahmanautam, Brahmeva Tena Gantavyam, Brahmakarma Samadhinaha, Aham Vaishwanaro Bhutva, Praninam Dehamashitaha, Pranapana Samahittaha, Pachaminyam Chaturvidam. Whatever that offers where we eat, that will become prasadam. Right? And when we eat that, because one is, if you look at the food for the stomach, if the intention of the food maker is wrong, then that food will affect on the person who eats that food. There was a sannyasi who went to a person that day when he was eating the food. He saw the silver tumbler given to him for drinking the water. He thought that I should steal this and get away that. And after the meal, he started, and in the night, he took away the tumbler. And halfway through, then he thought, I'm a sannyasi. Why I have taken this food? Immediately, he was worried about his own thought and came back. And he said, sorry, I would not have taken this tumbler. It is a mistake on my part. Forgive me. That fellow says, no problem, you can take, then I will get another one. This sannyasi was surprised. I will steal from someone else. So he is a thief who has taken the tumbler from stolen the tumbler from other person, and in his house, sannyasi ate that food, and he also got the same thinking. And after the food is digested, his original thoughts came in that he is a sannyasi, not to take others. So he came back. See, like that. So if the mind, thoughts are the food to the mind. If thoughts are bad, right, mind, the action will also be bad. So that is why we always say the food to the stomach, prasadam. Also, whatever the action we perform, offering to the God, the result will be good. That is what we look at. So Dr. Vikram Sarabhai, who launched India's space research and assisted in the development of space research in the country, has also motivated many young minds to pursue research as a career. Because of their actions today, we have seen a lot of developments, but they have developed the technology for not their use, for somebody's use. That is what they look at. And Samatvam Yoga Muchyate will lead you to the stage of absolute perfection if the action are done sincerely without selfishness. The best example you have is Sadhguru Sri Masudan Sai. Already have explained some of the things. Due to the pandemic, there was a sudden drift in the learning and classes of the students. But it was not the case at our institution, as Sadhguru, even during pandemic, had already initiated the online classes available in YouTube for the various children across the country. So student need not be at Mudanahalli or in any campus of belongs to Sadhguru Masudan Sai, but wherever student is there, the knowledge is reachable to him. That's how Swami has utilized in a very, very efficient way, but without selfishness. That was a very, very important thing that we have to observe. Similarly, as I told you, the distribution of food, the distribution of medical facility to the various villages, education to the various children, and even the Madhyal Narayan Bhatt scheme, he has told all the campuses, we have 24 campuses across Karnataka for school education, and 2 in each, one in Tamil Nadu and one in Telangana, wherein we select poorest of the poor students for education at the 6th level, and from 6th level to the doctoral level, they will be given free of cost education. The main motto of our university is everything is provided free of cost and added with human excellence. That is, he can have the academic excellence. If he is very good in research, he will get research excellence. And of course, with these two, spiritual excellence. And ultimately, he will become an able citizen. And finally, the destination is the divine. So by this way, one can be selfless and ever equanimous and can lead the life of purity and selfishness. So let me conclude here that let us identify our strength, likings, and achieve the excellence and perfection in us. Engage in activities which will ennoble your thoughts and make your mind focused. Attain a poised mindset and then interact with the world, expressing joy within and joy around. And finally, we become the selfless and fearless harbingers of excellence. That is the way to human excellence. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for such an enlightening word. We were really grateful that you have spent your time with all of us and thrown light uh, on human values and human excellence, because this is the reason we wanted to collaborate with you, so that we will at large come to know that how you people are practicing human values to get the human excellence. Now I would like to invite few participants to express their reactions and learning outcomes in front of everybody, because your speech gave us the idea about yoga, idea about perfection, idea about human values, idea about human excellence. So now I would request few participants to express their learning experience. Please, the participants, any interested participants can start telling their experience.
Sairam. Good afternoon, Sairam.
Sairam, start.
My name is Venkata Subramanian Ganapati from Chennai, Tamil Nadu. So in this occasion, my sincere thanks to Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba, Sri Madhusudanan Sai, management of Vasanta College for Women, and Sri Sathya Sai University for Human Excellence. So my learning outcome is, so Swami says, it is when you experience others' suffering as your own that your human value is manifested. So the control of senses is an important human value. The human value and the human excellence are very important one. The cultivation of human values alone is education. These are all my learning outcomes. Thank you, Sai. Thank you very much. Sai, I finished. Thank you.
Thanks, Ganapati sir. I request others to come forward and give their expression. Ganapati sir is very nice. Really, we are grateful to you for such nice feedback.
Thank you, but it is all God grace. So our organization efforts. Thank you.
This is all God's grace.
Yeah.
We can listen to other participants.
Yeah.
Anyone? There are many children, I mean students are there. Children, please express your experience and what have you learned from sir's speech. Give in few lines, 1 or 2 lines also will do, so that we will feel that yes, you are listening to all of us. Our effort is fruitful.
Sairam ma'am.
Sairam dear, you can just
Can
start.
you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
First of all, I'm very grateful to the university leadership team and the the college members and all board members who have invited us. And it's Swami's wish and his dream that every person who joins this university should become God, and in the sense that we become better human beings and better selves than ourselves. As the university's motto says, Yoga Karmasu Kaushalam, it is a perfection in action that we strive for, and that is what every human should look forward to. It is what I wanted to say, and we are very grateful as students and are very inclined to collaborate and to meet all like-minded people, and we are very thankful to Swami, and we pray more for his guidance. Sairam.
Thank you, dear. It's really interesting because we are in one side and you are in another side, because the whole world is running for material and recognition, and you people are running for society and your evolution. So we are really waiting to hear from you more and more. Thank you, dear. Anybody from this side? Because you are one side of the coin and we are other side of the coin. We have heard from the other side of the coin, and we can listen from this side, means our side of the coin. Any children from this side? Because there are so many I could see. I can't point out anyone, so please. I could see some professors, some assistant professors and associate professor of different universities have joined. So they can give their feedback. They can give their impression and expression about this particular workshop. Please. I think most of you are really, it's a new opening for all of you. So you are waiting for some more exposure of all these days, because we have 5 days of workshop and you will wait for other days. So today we are going to conclude this workshop. But before concluding, I will invite a person who is really our backbone. She is none other than the coordinator of IQAC, Professor Seema Srivastava. She is a professor in psychology, Department of Psychology in Vasanta College for Women. And at the same time, she is the coordinator of IQAC. And we are doing this workshop under her guidance. Of course, the main guidance is from our principal ma'am, but she also guides us and we work under her leadership. So I request Professor Seema Srivastava to address and give the vote of thanks to all of you. Madam.
Thank you, Meenakshi, for those kind words. So myself, Seema Srivastava, here to present the formal vote of thanks. So first of all, I would like my heartiest gratitude and happiness for this, the organization of this workshop, which is on human values and human excellence. For this, Sri Sathya Sai University for Human Excellence, Karnataka, who has collaborated very uh, humbly for this workshop. We, on behalf of Vasanta College and on behalf of the IQAC, uh, extend a very heartfelt gratitude towards them that they collaborated with us, they agreed upon it, and it is a university which is special in itself. Its objectives are very specific, very special. It works for human excellence overall. So it's so nice to be associated with you. So I thank the management of Sri Sathya Sai University for Human Excellence, first of all. I extend my grateful thanks to Professor Shrikant Murthy sir, Honorable VC, Vice Chancellor, Sri Sathya Sai University for Human Excellence, for giving his elaboration on how human values are important for human excellence. Sir, your words, your thoughts are so much beneficial for all of us, not only for the participants, but for us also as a teacher, because first of all, we all of us are human beings. So how these values lead us or can lead us towards the human excellence. So we heard your views regarding that. So for giving your time and giving your consent for this workshop, I very much thank you, sir, from the bottom of my heart on behalf of IQAC and Vasanta College as a whole.
Thank you.
In this, thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Uh, Professor Alka Singh, ma'am, who is our principal, who is our mentor, who is our leader. I can't thank you enough, ma'am, because you always give us freedom. You always give us the opportunity to interact with eminent people like today, and you always motivate us to organize such programs which are not only for the benefit of students but for us also as teachers. So thank you very, very much, ma'am, for your support, your guidance. You are always a source of energy for all of us. So thank you very much, ma'am. In this context, I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to the participants of this workshop. This is a 5-day workshop. So those participants who have joined from Sri Sathya Sai University and from Vasanta College for Women, they are going to, I'm sure they are going to learn a lot in these 5-day workshop. So on behalf of the college and the university, I thank you all and wish you all a successful completion of this workshop, because without your cooperation, it would not have been possible. Thank you very much, all the participants. And lastly, I would not thank, actually, I would say, I would express my love towards my colleague, Dr. Professor Meenakshi Biswal, who very happily agreed to conduct this workshop along with Dr. Navneet Bhatt, and also the co-conveners, Dr. Yogita Beri, Dr. Rajiv Kumar, and Shri Ganesh Bhattji. So all of you, the organizers of this workshop, I thank you very much. for this workshop and wish you all great success. And I also thank all the organizing committee members of this workshop. They are the provider of moral support and the other kind of support which is as and when needed. So I have tried to name all the people, but if I have forgotten or I have left anyone, please excuse me. I thank everybody who is directly or indirectly involved in the conduction of this workshop. Thank you very much for being there. Thank you very much. Thank you once again.
सब लोगों को कैमरा ऑन करने देती है प्लीज. All, it is a request that all the people, means those who are organizers, can switch on the camera, few of you, so that we can take the photographs. Good to see some faces. Nice, Navinji. And what about our children, those who are chanting Veda?
Yes, I forgot their names. Special thanks to those children who chanted Vedic mantras. That was so melodious and so sweet of them. Thank you very much. all the children.
Navin sir, please, children, can we have their photos? So today we are completing the session, and the feedback links will be given in your WhatsApp group. Due to some problem, we could not share the feedback link now. We'll share it in the WhatsApp group.
Didi, I have shared the feedback link.
Yeah, have you shared?
Shared, ma'am.
Yes, Didi.
Okay. Then you can, all of you should fill up the feedback link. Thank you. We can close today's session, and we are expecting all of you for tomorrow's session. Thank you, Sairam.